Alrighty, hi, hello, and welcome here to Reed Field at Barnesville, bringing you this matchup today between the Barnesville Trojans and the East Grand Forks Green Wave. I'm Eric Teoxen here on Magnitude Sports, bringing you coverage of this high school baseball game between the Trojans and the Green Wave here on the Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery pregame show. About ready to get underway here at Reed Field. Barnesville, the home team, going to be taking the field first off here today. And on the mound for the Trojans is going to be Noah Kraus, who will take the hill for Barnesville. Donning the number 2, he'll get the starting nod.
Out of the Cormorant Lakes Association, working the plate, Logan.
And we're about ready to get underway here in the top of the first inning. And leading off for the Green Wave is going to be Drew Carpenter, the opposing starting pitcher here for the Green Wave, as he dons the number 1. He's getting a few cuts in right now in the on-deck circle. Try my best to fix this camera here to get you the best shot. And so here we go. Carpenter going to be digging into the batter's box, leading things off for the Green Wave. And first pitch of the game in there for a strike. First pitch time at 5:01, so just a minute after scheduled first pitch time was originally supposed to be. So 0-1 the count here to Carpenter. Krause's pitch going to be popped way up. And drifting over is the shortstop, and he'll make the catch on the high pop fly for the first out of the inning. Carson Hagen making the catch right there. I'd like to apologize right now. Seem to be having a few issues with our scoreboard as strikes and outs not quite registering. I'll try my best to try and figure out whatever I can do to fix that. But if not, we might have to switch over to radio style like I know I've done in the past. I did that last time around, but regardless, either way, I'll try my best to keep you guys updated as best as I can with the count, how many outs, runners on base, score, and all that good stuff. That first pitch going to be fouled off for an 0-1 count. It's Tanner Nowierski digging into the batter's box. He'll take that pitch for a ball to even up the count at 1 apiece. The 1-1, that one going to be tipped foul, but it'll go out down as a strike to make it a 1-2 count. So Krause will settle back down on the mound. He's got the upper hand in this AB right here. Let's see what he's got on a 2-strike count. That one going to be hit over towards Hagen again. Hagen fielding the grounder, and that one getting by Travis Affield. Rounding and going to second on the throw is Nowierski. And he's going to get in safely, and he'll reach second base. I believe they'll rule that as an error. And it looks like he is back down to the dugout as he throws something and ends up going over the dugout roof right there. Looks to be a elbow guard or something. So with 1 out, they've got a runner on second. The Green Wave do. First pitch going to be taken outside for a ball to make the count 1-0. For those of you just joining, unfortunately a few technical difficulties here. I have not been quite able to get the scoreboard up and running. You saw the scoreboard might have been up earlier, but I have not been able to get the outs and strikes or runners on base inputted into that. So as of right now, I'll try during commercial breaks potentially to see if I can figure out a way to resolve the issue. But unfortunately, as of right now, I'll just have to do my best to keep each and every one of you at home updated. It's a 2-0 count here with 1 away and a runner on second. That pitch going to be poked in towards the outfield. Jack Olson heading over to try and make the play and laying out. Can't quite make the catch. Heading into third is Nowierski, and he'll be held up there. And so I believe that will be ruled as an error as well, and that will be putting runners on the corners. And Carson Bartles will dig in. Number 4 hitter, the DH here for the Green Wave, and he's got a good chance to open up the scoring for East Grand Forks. He's got runners on the corners with one away. Krause's pitch is inside for ball 1 to make it 1-0. Pitch on the way. Runner takes off, but it's going to be fouled off, so we'll have to come back. That'll make it an 0-2 count. A 1-1 count, actually. As the base runner heads back to first, so he gets a few extra steps in, but will not quite be able to advance his destination on the base paths like he might have wanted to. Have to wonder if the Green Wave player will get the green light here on this next pitch. As Krause now more cognizant of the runner on first. He checks back. He fires over. Runner takes off again. That one's going to be hit towards the outfield. It blows foul. Seemed to have certainly got a hold on that one as it just went over the fence, but was not quite able to straighten it out. So he'll have to step back into the batter's box now with a 1-2 count. Here's the 1-2 from Kaus. Runner takes off again as that one's stopped in the dirt. That's Bryce Kruger in at catcher, who was able to knock it down. Runner does advance to second, so on a 2-2 count now there's 2 runners in scoring position. Here's the 2-2. That one will be taken high for a ball. That'll make the count full, 3-2. A walk would load the bases, and Fidley Lizakowski on deck here for the Green Wave. One of their outfielders playing right field today is number 17, Lizakowski. That pitch in for a ball 4, so a walk drawn, and that will bring up Lizakowski with the bases loaded. One away here for the Green Wave, and now this is really a prime chance for them to get some runs on the board. You have to imagine a base hit right here by Lizakowski would score at least 1, most likely 2, depending on where it's placed. Krause's pitch is inside, and it hits Lizakowski, and that'll be the first run of the game for the Green Wave. That'll make it 1-0 as he takes one right on the dome. That's why they wear those helmets right there, to say the least. But he's not going to care that much, as he's going to get an RBI base on ball, hit batsman. And it's 1-0 here for the road team, the Green Wave, in the top of the first inning. That pitch going to be taken high for a ball, 1-0. Once again, 1-0 here for the Green Wave on the Midwest Bank scoreboard early on in this first inning of baseball. Krause's pitch on a 1-0 count will drop in for a strike to even it up at 1 apiece. Catches the edge of the zone. The 1-1 is going to be popped up very high, drifting over towards foul territory, and not quite able to make the catch right there. So instead of an out, that'll put it at strike 2. It was Asher O'Brien playing third base today for the Trojans, who just wasn't quite able to get under that high pop fly. Fortunately in foul territory there for Barnesville. So Krause will reset on a 3-2, and he got him swinging for strike 3. That'll be your second out of the inning here, as that's going to bring up Colin Peterson. Oh, excuse me, actually, that'll be Tim Gast who will come in instead, as Peterson was the one who went down. Gast will line that one into the gap. That one's going to drop for a base hit. One run will come around, and the bases will stay loaded, and East Grand Forks goes up on top. 2-0 here on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. Tim Gast with an RBI single.
How about it? Second baseman.
And
Justin Anderson.
the Green Wave get another base hit here, as that is now their second hit of the game. Krause's first pitch is high and inside for a ball. Count is 1-0. That pitch going to be fouled off for a strike to even up the count at 1 apiece as he pulls it, not pulls it, he slaps it down the first base line. Krause's pitch just missing the zone right there for a ball. Make the count 2-1. That pitch missing the zone as well to make it a 3-1 count. That one fouled straight back, so I'll make it a full count here, 3-2. Big payoff pitch coming up right here. Bases loaded with 2 away. It's a 3-2 count. Here's the pitch from Krause, and he got him looking. Strike 3. Krause gets the strikeout to retire the side, but it's the East Grand Forks Green Wave taking a 2-0 lead here on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. 2-0 after the top of the first here on Magnitude Sports. We'll be right back right after a quick message from your sponsor here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Alrighty, welcome back here to Reed Field on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. It's 2-0 in favor of the visitors, the Green Wave, over the Trojans after the top of the first inning. It was Noah Krause ending the inning with a DBSsoil.com strikeout. And now due up for the Trojans, going to be the top of the order here. Carson Hagen, Peyton Pana, and Noah Krause are going to start things off for the team in purple as they'll look to tack on a few runs of their own and answer back after a solid first inning from East Grand Forks. Following up behind Krause is going to be Travis Affield, who's going to be batting cleanup. Bryce Kruger in at catcher today. Caleb Jablonski, Asher O'Brien, Ian Ballgreen, and Jack Olson. So that's your starting lineup for the Barnesville Trojans. On the mound for the East Grand Forks Green Wave, it's going to be Drew Carpenter, who also bats leadoff for the Green Wave. He'll take the bump, and he'll look to try and get a few solid innings of work in for the Green Wave.
Leading off the Barnesville shortstop, number 11, Carson Hagen.
And so here is the shortstop, Carson Hagen, who usually more often than not seems to bat leadoff. Did a doubleheader here last week and saw him in leadoff spot one of the times around. And he's got some impressive speed, can hit for a little contact, a little power. It's exactly what you want in a table setter as he'll take the first pitch high for a ball. 1-0 the count. One 1-0 pitch is going to be taken for a ball. That'll make it 2-0 as that one comes in low. That one's going to be grounded towards the third baseman. Shortstop there to back him up. He'll fire over to first. It's a bang-bang play, and they're going to say that Hagen is safe. So there's the wheels right there that I was talking about with Carson Hagen as he beats out the throw and reaches first base. Couldn't get much closer than that, but he was able to hit the turbo button right there. And Barnesville will start off the inning with the runner on first. Here's Peyton Pana. Pana in left field today for the Trojans as he settles into the right-handed side of the batter's box. And Carpenter going to fire back to first and check on the runner there, Hagen. Hagen able to get back in safely as he'll get a little bit of a lead off there. Always a threat to steal. Carpenter's pitch will drop in there for a strike. That one had a bit of movement on it. So I'll even up the count at one apiece. The 1-1 to Pana. Hagen takes off for second. Throw by the catcher is not in time. Hagen slides in safely. That's a stolen base for Carson Hagen. And now he's in scoring position. On a 1-1 count, Carpenter's pitch will drop in for a strike, strike two. Now one strike away from putting away Peyton Pana on the bottom of the first inning. Carpenter got him swinging, strike three. Down goes Pana for the first out of the inning, and Drew Carpenter notching his first K of the game.
For the Trojans, pitcher number 2, Noah Kraus.
And that'll bring up Noah Kraus, the starting pitcher for the Trojans. So it'll be pitcher v. pitcher here in the number 3 hole. As Kraus will take the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. That pitch low, getting past the catcher. Hagen will head over to third, and he will slide in safely. So Hagen will advance to third on a passed ball after reaching second on a stolen base. That puts him 90 feet away from scoring the first run of the game for the Trojans, as it's a 2-0 lead here for East Grand Forks on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. For those of you joining late, just like to say one more time, I might have said it a few times already. First, I'll let that pitch be fouled back to make it a 1-2 count. But unfortunately, a few technical difficulties so far with the software that I'm using to run this stream. Unfortunately, I've been able to get the scoreboard to pop up, but have not been able to get any of the runs or balls or strikes or outs inputted into it. So as of right now, I'm doing this, as I like to say, radio style. That pitch will be chopped back towards Carpenter. Carpenter's got to play at the plate, and that one's going to get past the catcher. Hagen will score the first run of the game, and heading to second will be Kraus. And Kraus will get in safely at second. So it's 2-1 now as the Trojans get a run back. Already a quick start to this game offensively, and might have just missed it on camera, but tossing that bat out of the way right there, and Bryce Kruger getting a little bit over the worst of that exchange, as that one might have taken him by surprise and got him right on those knee and shin pads. Here's Travis Affield batting cleanup and at first base today for the Trojans. He'll take the first pitch outside for ball one. Due up after Affield will be Kruger, who's in at catcher for Barnesville. With only one away, it's more than likely that we'll see him, as there's only a runner on second, and double play here would be pretty shocking to say the least, but we have seen stranger things happen before. Count now 1-1. Kraus on second base. Affield will take that pitch for strike 2 to make it a 1-2 count. The 1-2 to Affield will be taken for a ball. That'll even up the count as he watches that one go by. It was low and outside. Affield hits that one the other way over towards the first baseman. He'll step on the bag for the second out of the inning. And so with 2 down now, Kraus on third. That'll bring up Bryce Kruger. Batting 5th today for Barnesville and donning the tools of ignorance out in the field. First pitch of the at-bat on the way from Carpenter. That one going to be taken outside for a ball. 1-0. And on a 1-0 count, that one going to be taken outside as well to make it a 2-0 count. So Kruger out ahead in this at-bat so far. Might be seeing a pitch to hit here sooner rather than later as Carpenter will look to fire a strike in there. Might be sitting on a fastball here on this pitch. He'll take that one to make it 3-0, and now I'd have to imagine that odds of him swinging at a pitch would be pretty unlikely unless it's right in his wheelhouse. But we'll see. We've seen plenty of great hits before on 3-0 counts. And the 3-0 is going to be strike 1, as that one was just catching the lower part of the zone. Kruger looked ready to take his base there, but umpire saying not so fast. So we'll have another pitch in this at-bat. 2 away here, 1 more out would retire the side. And it'll be swung on and missed for a strike 2 to make the count full. Now Carpenter 1 strike away from preserving the lead for the Green Wave as they lead 2-1 here in this first inning of baseball. Full count pitch on the way. That one going to be hit over towards the first baseman. He fields the easy grounder, and that'll be out number 3 of the inning. So on your Midwest Bank scoreboard, 2-1 your score as Carson Hagen notching a base hit, a stolen base, and scoring the 1 run here so far for the Trojans. They're down 2-1 so far versus East Grand Forks. We're going to be right back right after this quick message here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Barnesville Cenex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. And don't forget that Barnesville Cenex has the Caribou Coffee kiosk open each day as well. They're also your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Cenex. Call them 218-354-2139 or stop in to get everything you need at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Cenex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season.
Getting off for East Grand Forks, left fielder, Jason Ballard.
Alrighty, welcome back to the top of the second inning here at Reed Field in Barnesville, Minnesota. It's going to be Jason Ballard leading things off as he caught on and missed for strike one. The Ballard, Calork, and Carpenter due up here for the Green Wave. So the top of the order will be due up third. Drew Carpenter batting leadoff, and the starting pitcher for the Green Wave as that pitch swung on and missed for strike two by Ballard. 0-2 count to Ballard from Kraus. Looking for a strikeout right here, and he got it. Strike three, got him swinging. That's another DBSsoil.com strikeout, and that'll be your first out of the inning as Kraus notches his second strikeout of the game.
The Green Wave, number one pitcher, Drew Carpenter.
That'll bring up the top of the order in Drew Carpenter. Carpenter will take the first pitch. That pitch outside for ball two to make it a 2-0 count. (2-0) from Kraus to Carpenter. That pitch had some wicked movement on it right there. Carpenter able to foul it off. But it's going to be the same result as if he would have missed. It's going to be strike one in a 2-1 count. One away here in the top of the second. That pitch fired in for a strike as well. That'll even up the count at 2 apiece, and Kraus starting to field a little bit. Kraus to Carpenter. That one low for a ball. That'll make the count full at 3-2. One away here. No one on for the Green Wave in the top of the second inning. They still hold on to their 2-1 lead. Payoff pitch, and that's swung on and missed for strike three. There's another DBSsoil.com strikeout as Kraus will notch his third strikeout of the game, second of the inning. And it's two-way here for the Green Wave.
Center fielder number 4, Tanner Nowacki.
I'll bring up Tanner Nowacki in center field for the Green Wave today as he'll take the first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Nowacki hits that one through the hole just past the second baseman. That'll be a base hit for Tanner Nowacki as he sneaks that one right by Caleb Jablonski. So with 2 down, that'll put one runner on first for the Green Wave.
First baseman, number 24, Jeff Letterkind.
I'll bring up Jeff Letterkind. Letterkind at first base today for the Green Wave. Seen him in action plenty so far on the field as he's had a few grounders hit his way, as well as, of course, being at first base. Going to be a lot of balls thrown his way as well. He'll take the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. On a 1-0 count, that pitch is going to be taken for a strike to even it up. And firing back to first, trying to pick off Nowacki was Kraus. Was not quite able to get him, but it was a close call there to say the least. As with 2 outs, Nowacki certainly a threat to take off and run here. He gets a healthy lead off. Let's see if he goes. He'll stay at first as the pitch comes in for a ball to make it 2-1. Now Vetterkind out in front in this at-bat with 2 away here for the Green Wave. They've got a runner on first and Tanner Nowacki. And now Milwaukee takes off. Kruger fires over to second. And Hagen not quite able to snag that one. Nice job by Olsen to be there for the backup. So Milwaukee will get into second base. And with 2 strikes, 2 balls here in the second inning. And 2 outs. Big pitch on the way from Kraus as that one's going to be chopped over towards outfield. I think it went just foul, and it did. So instead of a ground out, that'll just be another pitch in the at-bat. Vetterkind will head back to the batter's box, and he'll look to do it again, but maybe straighten it out a little bit. And for Kraus, he'll look to retire the side with a good pitch right here. The 2-2. That one going to be poked foul as well. Vetterkind seems to be in the mold of one of those classic lefty pull hitters, as he's hit his fair share of balls so far down that first base line in the left-handed side of the batter's box. You see a lot of those in baseball, especially at the first base position. So they'll do it again on a 2-2, and once again he pulls it. You have to wonder if Barnesville, next time he's up, they might put on a little bit of the shift. I remember back in the days of playing baseball, everyone would cry out lefty, and people would shift over towards the first base side of the diamond a little bit. Being a lefty myself, I saw my fair share of those, also as a pull hitter. Another 2-2 pitch. That one high for a ball to make the count full. 3-2 to Vetterkind. Now you got to wonder what his approach at the plate is going to be here. Certainly don't want to go down looking, but you want to wait for your pitch too on a 3-ball count. That one was not his pitch, so Vetterkind will walk. Now East Grand Forks able to reach base twice here now with 2 down in the top of the second inning. And I'll bring up their cleanup hitter, Carson Belbus. Will be the DH for the Green Wave today. We saw Belbus one time already. Belbus with 2 outs and 2 on. He'll take the first pitch for a strike. 0-1. Yo, 1 to Belbus. That one's hit solidly. Down the line and fair. Rounding third and heading home is Carpenter. Excuse me, not Carpenter. That's Milwaukee. And so Carson Belbus will notch an RBI double. And that'll double the lead of the Green Wave as they go back up on top. 3-1 here on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. That'll bring up Finley Lizakowski. Lizakowski will take the first pitch for a ball. He's got runners on second and third with 2 away as the Green Wave able to tack on a run here with 2 outs. That one going to be poked foul, evening up the count at 1-1. The 1-1 to Lizakowski. That one hit hard towards Jablonski. He'll fire over to Affield for the 3rd out of the inning. So that'll retire the side for the Trojans and the Green Wave. But the Green Wave able to notch 2 hits and bring home 1 run here on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. Your score, 3-1, East Grand Forks up on top over Barnesville. We're going to take a quick break and be right back with the bottom of the 3rd inning here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
The Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, located at 310 Front Street South in Barnesville, open every day from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Burgers, salad, pizzas, sandwiches, they got you covered. Daily specials on all food and beverage items on the menu as well. They're located, once again, 310 South Front Street, Barnesville, 2 blocks from Barnesville Senior High School. Order online, purplegoose2go.com, or text your order to 218-321-1963.
Welcome back to Reed Field here at Barnesville, Minnesota. Your score right now, 3-1 on the Midwest Bank scoreboard in the bottom of the second inning. Due up is going to be Caleb Jablonski for the Trojans. Asher O'Brien on deck. Jablonski will swing on the first pitch. He'll foul it straight back for strike one. The Green Wave tacking home one more run on a Carson Belbus RBI double in the top of the second inning. He got that one with 2 outs. Carpenter back out on the mound as that one's going to be hit in towards the outfield. And that one's going to drop over the head. And should be extra bases here as Jablonski will get in safely with a stand-up double to start off the inning for the Trojans. Caleb Jablonski now 1 for 1, on the night with a double.
Batting, third baseman, number 8, Asher O'Brien.
So I'll bring up Asher O'Brien. First pitch to O'Brien with a runner on second. He'll take the first pitch outside for a ball. One and 0, and that one low and away for a ball. Jablonski getting a bit of a lead off on second base. That pitch will be taken outside again, this time for a strike to make it 2-1. Well, that's been the spot that Carpenter's liked so far, especially in this at-bat. He's been hitting hard the outside part of the plate. That one catching the zone for a strike. See if he's setting him up to go inside. He does go inside as a bunt is laid down by O'Brien. Fired over the first for the first out of the inning, but that'll advance Jablonski to third. So chalk that up as a sacrifice bunt right there for Asher O'Brien. One away, and now run number 2 standing at 90 feet away at third base. Umpire going over a few things with both the dugouts as John Roller ready to settle in. Carpenter's pitch on the way. That one fouled back. The 0-1 taken for strike 2. That pitch down the middle and low, catching the zone. And Drew Carpenter will look to get a punch out right here. Carpenter on an 0-2. Got him looking, strike 3. Ring him up, rack him up. That's another strikeout for Drew Carpenter. That'll be his second of the game. I'll bring up Jack Olson. Two away here for Olson with Jablonski on third. So I'll rule out the possibility of a sac fly as Olson will take strike 1. The 0-1 to Olson. That one popped up high into the atmosphere, charging in and putting the squeeze on it for the third out of the inning. That's going to retire the side as I believe that was Finley Lizakowski making the put out. So gonna strand one runner on third, Jablonski, as they tack home one hit, but no runs here for the Barnesville Trojans. After 2 innings on the Midwest Bank scoreboard, your score 3-1, East Grand Forks up on top over Barnesville. We're gonna be right back with the top of the 3rd inning right after this quick message here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Come and get it.
Welcome back here to Magnitude Sports. Top of the 3rd inning about to get underway here from Reed Field. On the Midwest Bank scoreboard, it's 3-1 with the East Grand Forks Green Wave. East Grand Forks Green Wave up on top over the Barnesville Trojans. As Kraus will settle back in for his 3rd inning of pitching here. And Grand Forks scored in their first 2 innings. They'll look to keep that streak alive. It's going to be Colin Peterson leading things off here, the catcher.
Colin Peterson.
First pitch of the inning is going to be just inside for ball 1. Peterson backing out of the way of that one. That one had some wicked movement on, though. I thought for a second it might have been able to sneak back into the zone. That one will sneak into the zone, so that'll be a 1-1 count. And the umpire might have heard me. Just checking back to make sure. I have been wrong plenty of times before. That pitch outside for a ball to make it 2-1. You know, it's always something that kind of cracks me up. I think even players on the field sometimes forget what count it is. We've seen. So finish my story once that pitch comes in for a ball. Seen batters before, they'll think that it's a 3-ball count, and then they'll take a ball and they'll start to take their base, and the umpire say, no, come back. Not quite time to walk just yet. Or pitchers might think that they have a strikeout, but instead it's only 2 strikes. But there's no debate right there, as that one's going to be ball 4, so Colin Peterson's going to walk to start off the inning.
Number 10, Tom Gust.
I'll bring up Tom Gust, who blew through like a gust of wind with an RBI here in the first inning.
First is number 15, Luke Blazik.
Had an RBI single. Now he'll look to add on to some of that damage as he's got a runner on first. And it looks like they'll have a courtesy runner on first as well, will the Green Wave. And they'll fire back to check on that courtesy runner. Always a safe assumption that if you do have a courtesy runner, they're going to have some speed on them. So certainly not the worst idea in the world by Kraus right there, but he'll check back towards first and now look to go after this hitter here in Gust. And that one going to be poked. Charging in is Jablonski. He'll fire over to second to get the lead runner. Hagen will hold on the throw, so they'll get the lead runner for the first out of the inning. That'll bring one down. And solid result right there for the Trojans. That'll bring up Justin Anderson.
Second baseman, Justin Anderson.
Anderson will probably hope to avoid a similar fate right there as Gust had. To imagine that ball might have been hit a little bit harder on the ground. They would have had to chance to turn two there. He will hit it on the ground to Jablonski, right on cue. Jablonski to Hagen. Hagen will hold on the throw again, but they get the lead runner again. And now they're just 1 out away from ending this half inning, are the Trojans.
Left fielder, number 5, Jason Ballard.
Now Chasen Ballard will step in for his second at-bat of the game. Runner on second with 2 away here for Ballard. This Kraus is 1 out away from getting out of the inning. Runner takes off for second. Kruger's throw on the way, and he got him. Kruger hunting down the runner like Freddy Krueger hunting down someone in their nightmares. That's your third out of the inning as he's caught stealing just like a motorcycle cop hanging behind a billboard to catch him. So that's the end of the third inning, and the score will hold 3-1. We'll be right back with the bottom of the third as the Trojans will be due up, and they'll try and cut into this deficit here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. We'll be right back.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you.
Trojans, shortstop, number 11, Carson Hagen.
Welcome back to Reed Field here at Barnesville. Trojans about to get things back underway here in the bottom of the third. It's going to be the top of the order due up with Carson Hagen leading things off. Hagen will take the first pitch for a ball. Hagen is 1 for 1 in the game so far. Also has a stolen base and a run scored. He's been the only run scored so far for the Trojans. He'll look to repeat that effort as they try and cut into this 3-1 deficit. That pitch going to be grounded hard towards the shortstop, firing over to first, and that's your first out of the inning. 6-3 out right there as Vetterkind puts the squeeze on it with his foot on the bag. That's going to bring up Peyton Pana. So Pana will settle in with 1 away now here as Carpenter just gets a few more pitches on the arm, but gets the first out of the inning. Pana will chop that one towards Vetterkind. Vetterkind able to knock it down off his knees and back into the glove. Circus act right there for the second out of the inning. Boy, they talk about funny bounces a lot when you're looking at fielding those grounders in the infield. That one took kind of a weird bounce and then fortunate enough just off of his knee and right into his glove. Not often you see something like that. Have a physics teacher explain that one. So it'll be 2 outs now, and Noah Kraus will settle in. And Kraus hits that one hard towards the shortstop. And on the second effort, can't quite beat him. Kraus will beat out the throw. And he's going to reach first on, I believe they're going to rule it as an error. That was a hot shot right there. It was a little too hot to handle. And he'll reach first as a result of that. Here comes Travis Affield now as he'll look to get on base yet again here. 2 outs for the Trojans as they'll look to mount something. Carpenter's pitch on the way and taking off for second and sliding in safely is Kraus. So chalk that up as a stolen base for Noah Kraus. Now he's in scoring position for Affield. One and 0 count, 2 away here to Affield. Runner on second. That pitch just not quite able to get down in time for a strike, so instead it'll be a ball and make the count 2 and 0. Hitters count. Carpenter's pitch on the way from the stretch. That one sounds like it just got a piece of it right there, but it's going to be a strike, so I'll make it 2 and 1. Very distinct sound right there, the ping of a metal bat. Usually makes me think of something like the College World Series. Of course, in Minnesota, they're using metal bats here in the Heart O' Lakes Conference. And that's a big cut for strike 2. Affield aiming for that American flag out in center field. 2 and 2 count now with 2 away and a runner on second to Affield. Let's see what Carpenter has up his sleeve. The 2-2. That one popped up high and foul. Over towards the batting cage / bullpen area. Actually, I believe now I take a little bit of a harder look. They have sort of a de facto bullpen out in the right and left field corners. But I imagine they use that just more for warming up pregame. I'll keep an eyes peeled and see if I can get a shot of a pitcher warming up there if that so happens to be the case. Carpenter will step off and check the runner on second. That's Kraus. Now he'll get back to business. Just 1 strike away from ending this inning right here is Carpenter. He likes what he sees from the catcher. The 2-2 will be taken for ball 3. Good discipline right there by Affield. Those pitches can really be tempting, especially on a 2-strike count, but he's able to lay off. And now it's a full count, and the pressure is starting to mount here in this at-bat. And they fire back to second, nearly picking off Kraus right there. Boy, oh boy, that was a close one. That would have been some way to end the inning right there, as they nearly caught Kraus napping. Thankfully for him, his alarm going off just in time to wake him up. And he gets downstairs and gets his breakfast done in time, and he gets back into class, or in this case, sliding back into second safely. 2-2. Affield lines that one over the head. That one's going to go all the way to the wall. Kraus is going to score. Affield heading to second, and he'll be in with a stand-up RBI double. And it's 3-2, the Trojans tacking on a run here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Back to a run-run game.
Now batting the catcher, number 21, Bryce Kruger.
Bryce Kruger will dig into the batter's box now, and he's got Affield on second. You have to imagine a similar effort here from Kruger could tie the game up. Kruger checks his swing on the first pitch. Looks like he held off. And the umpire saying he did. So by about a few inches, it'll be a 1-0 count instead of 0-1. Second pitch is low near the dirt for ball 2. Now if you're Kruger, you get to sit back and try and wait for a meaty pitch to feast on here. Affield getting a slight lead. The second baseman running over to second for a sec, maybe trying to pick him off. That pitch will come in for a strike to make it 2-1 as it catches the zone. The 2-1 to Kruger. Kruger looks at it, doesn't like it. He'll pass it up, and it's a good choice right there as it's a 3-1 count now. Kruger one pitch away from walking and bringing on Jablonski, who's 1 for 1 with the double. And Kruger takes inside for strike 2, back to a full count. Big pitch upcoming right here from Drew Carpenter. That one going to be popped up straight back and foul. So the at-bat will continue for at least one more pitch here. Kruger looks at strike 3. That one, a breaking ball dropping into the zone. Got him looking. Drew Carpenter notches another strikeout as Carpenter will get his 3rd strikeout of the game. And that'll end the inning for the Trojans, but they do tack home 1 run thanks to Travis Affield with an RBI double. He scores Noah Kraus. And so it'll be 3-2 here on the Midwest Bank scoreboard as we head towards the 4th inning of this game, getting close to the halfway point of this ball game. We've got a good one on our hands, and we're going to be right back with the top of the 4th right after this quick message from the Barnesville Cenex here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Barnesville Cenex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. And don't forget that Barnesville Cenex has the Caribou Coffee kiosk open each day as well. They're also your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Cenex. Call them 218-354-2139 or stop in to get everything you need at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Cenex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season.
Welcome back here to the Magnitude Sports Media Network, bringing you coverage of the East Grand Forks Green Wave versus the Barnesville Trojans here. Some high school baseball action over on the JV side of things, as I just heard over the PA. In the 3rd inning, it's 11-1 in favor of the Green Wave over the Trojans in the JV game. That one taking place over just on the field adjacent to us. And back over here on the varsity field, it's 3-2. With the Green Wave also leading. So 1-1 count now after that pitch swung out on missed by Chasen Ballard. Ballard and then Carpenter and Nowaki do up for the Green Wave. 1-1, and that one lined but foul. Excuse me, grounded but foul. I suppose it was down the line. So he foul lined it, but in the ground. A little vocabulary lesson right there. Now that we've got that straight, it's a 1-2 count to Ballard. Kraus got him looking. Strike 3. Noah Kraus notching yet another DBS soil strikeout. That's now his 4th K of the game. He's having a great game so far, both on the mound and at the dish. He's got 4 strikeouts, a stolen base, and a run scored. Here's the top of the order in Carpenter, the pitcher. Carpenter chops it right towards Hagen. Over to Affield for the second out of the inning. And Barnesville starting to settle in nicely defensively and on the mound. Here's Tanner Nowacki. Nowacki 1 for 2 on the night so far. He'll take the first pitch inside for ball 1 as he backs off the play just a little bit right there. If he stood still, it might have grazed his knee. That one low, too low for his liking, so he'll lay off for ball 2. Krause's pitch, that one high for ball 3. And Nowacki might be ready to go for a walk right here. The 3-0 is taken for a strike. So it's 3-1 now as Krause able to fire that one in the edge of the zone. Here's the 3-1 from Krause. That one in for a strike, 3-2. And Krause has clawed his way back into this at-bat. And he's got a chance to get the 3rd out of the inning right here. Payoff pitch with 2 down. And that one is going to be hit by Nowacki, drifting back and over the head. That one rolling near the wall. Nowacki's thinking extra bases. And he's going to be in with a 2-out double. Tanner Nowacki now 2 for 3. Jeff Vetterkind will settle into the batter's box now as Tanner Nowacki will stand on second. He poked one towards the outfield. That one going over the head of Ian Ballgreen. Vetterkind hits that one high. It's drifting foul. Ballgreen not quite able to make the catch. John Roller, excuse me. Looks like Ballgreen and Roller are swapped on the lineup card. So it was a substitution they made after the first inning, I'm hearing. Roller getting his fair amount of action here over these past 2 at-bats. That one hit towards Affield, but foul. 0-2 the count with 2 away. Nowacki on second for East Grand Forks. And that one is taken for a ball. Much to the dismay of a few of the Barnesville fans in the stands here. My crowd mic hasn't been able to get that one to work right now, but that one was loud enough my headset might have picked it up. That pitch will be taken for ball 2 and make it the count 2-2. And Vetterkind will pop that one up high. Charging over is O'Brien and not quite able to put a pin on it right there, as he might have lost it in the sun. So still a 2-2 count here as that one falls harmlessly to the grass. Kraus got him swinging. Strike 3. Another DBS soil strikeout for Noah Kraus. That's now his 5th K of the game. And they get out of the inning without allowing any runs here on 1 hit. It was a Milwaukee double. We're going to be right back with the bottom of the 4th inning here. Barnesville due up and going to try and cut into this 1-run deficit here on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. 3-2 your score. East Grand Forks up on top over the Barnesville Trojans. We'll be right back.
Come and get it.
Back here at Reed Field, we've got a pitching change for you, as it looks like it's going to be Chasen Ballard taking the hill for the Green Wave. He'll come in for Drew Carpenter. Carpenter getting 3 innings of work here as the starter, and it'll be Ballard coming in for relief. He'll look to get the hold here as his team leads 3-2 over the Trojans. Ballard coming in from his outfield spot. He was starting the game off in left field, and now we'll get to use that outfielder arm on the mound. Due up for the Trojans. They're going to get things started with Caleb Jablonski. Jablonski so far has a double in this game. We'll look to add another hit to the tally here and get things started. Set the table, if you will, for the Trojans. Except instead of forks and knives, he's got a big old metal bat in his hands, and he'll look to do some damage, maybe even feast on a meatball. One final warm-up incoming here from Ballard. Peterson fires down to second, as per usual. And we're ready to get things underway here at the bottom of the 4th. 3-2 your score on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. The Trojans and the Green Wave. It's the Green Wave up on top by 1.
Number 18, Caleb Jablonski.
First pitch to Jablonski, swung on and missed for strike 1 to the Keystone. One of the many sort of terms, if you will, I guess, for lack of better word in baseball, as it's a sport with an ever-expanding and vast vocabulary, Keystone being one of the nicknames for the second base position. That pitch taken outside for a strike to make the count 0-2. Now Jablonski will look to shorten up his stroke here. And he got him swinging. Umpire says he's out, strike 3. So first at bat for Ballard, and he notches a strikeout in relief.
Now batting third baseman, Asher O'Brien.
I'll bring up Asher O'Brien, who's at the hot corner, another one of those nicknames. Being, of course, at third base. For those of you watching at home unfamiliar with the term hot corner, they gave it that name because so many righty pull hitters, they're scorching line drives and ground balls down the line. And it's in the corner of the diamond. It can certainly be a hot spot right there, and one of the more demanding positions in this sport. Nice curveball right there, in for a strike. 1-1 the count to O'Brien. And that one having some movement on it too. That'll be a 1-2 count. Ballard seems to really like that curveball so far. We've seen it a fair amount in the two batters he's faced. Looking for the strikeout right there. He won't get it as that one's taken outside for a ball. He switched it up there and went fastball. Now on a 2-2 count, let's see what pitch he goes with. And he got him swinging, strike 3. Ballard's faced 2, and he's gotten 2 strikeouts.
Right fielder, number 12, John Roller.
I'll bring up John Roller. Roller and then Olsen due up. Should Roller reach base here with 2 away. First pitch outside for a ball. One-0, swung on and missed for strike 1. Ballard will settle back in. 1-1 to Roller, and that one a curveball, but just not quite able to curve enough right there. He's been throwing that pitch an awful lot, and he's been putting it in the same spot for the most part. Been facing righties so far. He's been going with what they call a backdoor curveball. Not quite able to get it in the door right there, though. It's 2-1. That one low for ball 3. So Roller's worked himself into a favorable hitter's count here with 2 away and a chance to reach base. Roller cutting and missing for strike 2. That pitch just on the outside, and he's not quite able to square it up. That'll make the count full. Payoff pitch upcoming here with 2 away as Ballard will look to get out of the inning. In fact, strike right here would strike out the side for Ballard. Ballard has it chopped by Roller. Over to Vetterkind, and that'll be an easy 3rd out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Green Wave as Ballard comes in and pitches magnificently in his first inning in relief. Score still 3-2 here on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll bring you the bottom of the 4th inning here on Magnitude Sports.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Well, about as soon as I said off to the bottom of the 4th inning, as soon as I cut away to commercial, I realized that the words that just came out of my mouth were in fact not correct, as evidenced, 1, by the fact that the Trojans are back out in the field. It's actually going to be the top of the 5th inning here as this game is chugging right along, looking at about an hour and 15 minutes of gameplay so far. Hour and 14 if you want to be precise for those of you that are timing me at home. 6:15 your local time here. First pitch at 5:01. Speaking of first pitch, the man that threw the first pitch for the Trojans is still out there on the bump. It's Noah Kraus who will be getting his 5th inning of pitching here underway.
Leading off for the Green Wave.
And to start off things for East Grand Forks, it's going to be Carson Balbus. Balbus notched an RBI his last time up. It was an RBI double. That's been the difference of the game so far. Balbus with a chop for strike 1 as that pitch goes outside. You started to see some really good pitching here between these two pitchers. I saw a great inning from Ballard. Kraus has been firing it in after giving up 2 in the first and 1 in the second. That pitch in for a strike to make it an 0-2 count. He's out in front over Balbus. The 0-2 from Kraus. Just missing the zone right there. That'll make it a 1-2 count. Balbus, good eye right there to lay off that one. That one taken for a ball, and as soon as that pitch is fired in, train coming into the frame, making its presence known. And there's an unfortunate car right there that's probably going to have to wait a little bit. That pitch taken for a ball to make it a full count. Well, they say that baseball is definitely one of the toughest, if not the toughest sport to play. I have to imagine it's not any easier when you got a big old freight train honking its horn. Balbus will ground that one down the line. That one's going to get through. And Balbus will reach first on what I believe is going to be scored as an error, as he scorched that one right towards the hot corner. So Balbus will get on first with no away.
Right fielder,
And that'll bring up Finley Lizakowski. The train passes through quickly. A bit of a shorter train right there. For those of you that might have been distracted by it, thankfully now it's gone. Finley showing bunt. He'll lay it down nicely. They'll try and bunt over Balbus. Finley will be beat out at first, but they'll get Balbus to second. So a nice sack bunt right there to put the runner in scoring position. Now with the runner on second and one away, here comes Colin Peterson. Peterson now with a good shot to try and extend this lead for the Green Wave. Peterson will take the first pitch for a strike. Peterson with a chopper over towards Jablonski. Jablonski not quite able to grab it on the first effort, and the throw not in time as Peterson beats it out. So Peterson will head to third. Belvis will head to third. Peterson will head to first. That'll put runners on the corners for Tom Gust. Gust with an RBI single, that one coming earlier on in the game. We'll bring in a courtesy runner. Cam Kolstead will come in as the courtesy runner. And Gust will look to notch a second RBI in this game. He's got a runner 90 feet away. You have to imagine a ball hit hard to the outfield would score him, regardless of whether it's caught or not. Might see a close play at the plate. Kraus checks the runner at first. He'll kick and fire. That one's high for ball one. Big moment in the game right here as we're over halfway through in this fifth inning of 7. Just a one-run game right now. Kraus able to get out of this. That would be a heck of a feat. He'll fire over to first. Of course, double play not out of the question. Have to imagine maybe that's why they put in the courtesy runner, just to maybe slim down that chance of a double play a little bit. Of course, you got to watch out for the runner at third as well. That could be a risky play because if you don't turn two, that runner at third is scoring and it's back to a 2-run game. But first things first, got to take care of the batter here as it's a 2-0 count. Runner taking off for second. That one lifted towards Affield. Affield will head back to first, and they turn two. What a double play right there by Travis Affield, unassisted. It was Kofstad who took off for second base, looking to get a stolen base, and instead that's going to come back to bite the Green Wave. They come crashing to the shore with no runs tacked on, with runners on the corners and one away. And that might be a defining moment of this game. Travis Affield with an unassisted double play to retire the side. And we'll head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Here on the Midwest Bank scoreboard, it's 3-2. The Green Wave still with a 1-run lead, but you got to imagine they think it could have been a few more. But we'll be right back here with the bottom of the fifth inning as Barnesville will head back to the batter's box. Here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network, we've got a good one.
The Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, located at 310 Front Street South in Barnesville, open every day from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Burgers, salad, pizzas, sandwiches, they got you covered. Daily specials on all food and beverage items on the menu as well. They're located, once again, 310 South Front Street, Barnesville, 2 blocks from Barnesville Senior High School. Order online, purplegoose2go.com, or text your order to 218-321-1963.
Back here on Magnitude Sports, we've got a great game on our hands right here. 3-2 still your score. The Green Wave clinging to a 1-run lead. Chasen Ballard going to be back out on the bump for his second inning of relief. He was fantastic his first time around. Got 2 strikeouts in a 1-2-3 inning. He'll look to keep it rolling here for the Green Wave as he faces his first batter of the next inning. And it's Jack Olson who takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. That pitch low, hitting the dirt about for a ball to make it 2-0. Olson getting the upper hand in this plate appearance. The 2-0 from Ballard to Olson. That one low for ball 3. Three and 0 count. Here's the pitch from Ballard. And that one high and outside for ball 4. So Jack Olson will walk on 4 pitches. And that's a good start for the Trojans right there, as they've got 1 batter on and no outs. Top of the order due up here for the Trojans. It's Carson Hagen. Hagen scoring 1 of the 2 runs so far here for Barnesville. He also has a stolen base. You might be able to hear on my headset a little bit. The wind's starting to pick up. That pitch going to be taken. Strike 1. You have to wonder what kind of impact this wind might have, as you can see the flag starting to blow a little bit more towards home plate. Also blowing off to the right, so any lefty pull hitters, good luck. Ballard will check Olson, the runner at first. Pickoff attempt is futile as Olson slides back in safely, and it looks like the wind might have died down a little bit, which I'm not opposed to. It's a bit of a cool breeze. On the 0-1, that one way outside. Olson taking off for second, and he's going to get in standing up, rounding second, but probably just trying to tempt the catcher into a throw right there. He'll hold up at second, though, on a passed ball, and in scoring position, the tying run standing 180 feet away from home plate. One count to number 11 with no outs. Ballard's pitch is going to be hit hard towards the second baseman. He'll fire over to the first baseman for the first out of the inning as Vetterkind puts the squeeze on it. It was Anderson to Vetterkind. Olson heads over to third. I'll bring up Peyton Pauna. 1 down, and Jack Olson standing at third, 90 feet away from tying this ball game. And the Trojans have 2 outs to play with here in this inning. First pitch to Pauna is taken for a ball. The 1-0 to Pana. That one outside, getting past the catcher. Heading in to score is Olsen, and it's a tie game, 3-3. Jack Olsen heading home on a passed ball. And it's all knotted up here on the Midwest Bank scoreboard, 3 apiece. Pana will settle back in. And he'll take that pitch for a ball. Count now 3-0 here to Pana. Looming large, standing in deck is Noah Kraus, as that pitch is taken for a strike. For whatever reason, mentally, I had Pana down as a number 3 hitter, even though the lineup card very clearly has him as the number 2 hitter, hence the hesitation right there. 3-1 pitch to Pana. He'll take that one for a strike, and it's a full count. Ballard has fought his way back into this at-bat as he throws that big looping curveball yet again. Payoff pitch. And that one just won't hit the zone. Peyton Pana walks on a full count. And so still one down. Here's Noah Kraus.
Number 2, pitcher Noah Kraus.
Pitch to Kraus. Pana takes off for second. Pana slides in safely. That's a stolen base. Now the the go-ahead run standing on second base. And Kraus will look to knock him in. 1-0 count with one away. That one fouled. No, it's actually going to be a fair ball. Firing over to first, and that'll be the first out. The second out of the inning. As Pana heads over to third, here comes Travis Affield. Affield knocked home a run earlier. Had an RBI double his last at-bat. And a base hit right here would make it RBI number 2 for him. Big moment in this game right here as we're in the bottom of the 5th. Curveball is going to be fouled off for strike 1. The 0-1 is going to be taken for a ball. Make it 1-1. Ballard kicks and fires. That one a curveball, but just outside the zone to make it 2-1. Affield takes that one for ball 3. Bryce Kruger standing on deck. Big pitch on this at-bat on the way. That one outside, ball 4, Affield walks. Runners on the corners, and here comes Bryce Kruger. And here comes the skipper out to the mound to have a talk with the pitcher. Infield will come in, and we might be seeing a potential pitching change here as the outfield looks like they're going to come in as well. At least the right fielder and the center fielder will. Big moment in this game upcoming right here. Bryce Kruger has a chance to give Barnesville their first lead of the game, as it was 2-1 after the first and then 3-1 for a while. Barnesville making it 3-2 in the third and then tying it up here in the fifth. And with 2 outs, they've got a chance to take a 4-3 lead. And Chasen Ballard, who was absolutely lights out in his first inning of relief pitching, has had a bit of a rougher go around it here in his second inning. But looks like Skipper has good faith in him, and we'll let him try and finish out this inning, get that last out, and keep this a tie ball game heading into the sixth.
Number 21, Bryce Kruger.
Kruger had one of the highlights of the game when he caught a runner stealing. Fired over to second about a few innings ago, showing off the arm. And Kruger will take the first pitch for a ball. One-0, Ballard to Kruger. He gets that one in for a strike. Going back to that off-speed pitch yet again. That seems to be his bread and butter thus far. Kruger chops that one towards the shortstop. Fired over to second, and that's the third out of the inning. Ballard gets out of the inning, but it's the Trojans tying up the game. They get the equalizing run. It's 3-3 as Jack Olson scores on a passed ball here on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. Tie game heading into the sixth and second to last inning here. Top of the sixth coming up for the Green Wave as they'll look to get the lead back. Great game on our hands here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network, and we're going to be right back with the top of the sixth inning right after this quick message here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Barnesville Cenex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, and more, including fresh Sandy's donuts each day of the week. And don't forget that Barnesville Cenex has the Caribou Coffee kiosk open each day as well. They're also your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Cenex. Call them 218-354-2139 or stop in to get everything you need at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Cenex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season.
Back here at Reed Field in Barnesville, near Barnesville High School, Noah Kraft back out on the mound here for his sixth inning of pitching. He's had a pretty good game so far on the hill. He's got 5 strikeouts as well as 3 earned runs. He also has a stolen base and a run scored, so he's gotten it done both on the mound and at the dish so far. Getting his final few warm-ups in here. As a big 6th inning upcoming here. Barnesville tying it up here in the bottom of the 5th, and now as we head towards the top of the 6th, the Green Wave have not scored for the past 3 innings after scoring 2 in the first and 1 in the second. They'll look to get the bats going yet again here as they've got 6 outs now to play with here in a tie game. 6 and potentially more should we see extra innings. Krause's first pitch is inside for ball 1. That pitch going to be high for ball 2. Justin Anderson working a 2-0 count here. The second baseman for East Grand Forks. That pitch going to catch the lower part of the zone for strike 1. Kraus from the windup gets a swing and a miss for strike 2, and he evens up the count. Now Anderson going to maybe have to shorten up his swing a little bit here and put it in play. The 2-2. Got him looking, strike 3. Kraus getting another DBSsoil.com strikeout. That's now his 6th strikeout of the game. That's your first out of the inning. Here's Chasen Ballard. Digs into the batter's box. The pitcher for the Green Wave. They'll take a look at the first pitch for a strike. Due up after Ballard is the top of the order with the starter for the Green Wave and Drew Carpenter. And that's strike 2. 0-2 count. With 1 away. Kraus has it fouled off. Ballard will stay alive. Got him swinging, strike 3. Kraus with another DBSsoil.com strikeout. That's his 7th strikeout of the game. And the second out of the inning. Here's Carpenter. Now in at shortstop after being swapped out. Kraus's first pitch to Carpenter is high for ball 1. Pitch taken outside for ball 2. I'm now looking at my notes here. I've been saying the wrong thing the whole time for every strikeout. It's actually a DBSsoil.com strikeout, so I'd like to apologize to the good people over at DBSoil, not DBS. Been saying that a fair amount with Kraus's 7 strikeouts, but he's worked himself into a hole right here, and that's at bat 3-0 to Carpenter. We'll look to keep this inning alive for the Green Wave. That one in for a strike, 3-1. Kraus on a 3-1. Walks him. Drew Carpenter will walk with 2 down. He'll head over to first base. And I'll bring up Tanner Nowacki. Nowacki 2 for 3 in this game. He's done a nice job at the dish, and in comes the infield and the coach for Barnesville. We'll see if that was Kraus's last batter faced here on the mound tonight. Situation here is 2 outs for the Green Wave as they now look at a tie game. The game was tied up in the bottom of the 5th. It was Jack Olson who reached home on a passed ball. And looks like that will be the end of Kraus's night on the mound. It was a good one. Gave up 3 runs, 7 strikeouts. Overall, very solid work of pitching as he nearly gets 6 full innings in. Of course, they'll rule it as 5.2, I believe, if I'm fully brushed up on the way baseball stats are kept. That used to always confuse me growing up as a kid. I used to thought it was just divided by thirds, but of course, you get 2 outs and You never know when the third one will come, so it doesn't really factor in how many batters you face necessarily. But it will be a new pitcher for the Trojans. It's going to be Carson Hagen. So I have to imagine Kraus might slide over into Hagen's spot at shortstop. As we've seen Hagen on the mound before here on Magnitude Sports. He did a pretty good job coming in for relief his last time around that we saw him. And Hagen having a fine game as well, as he scored one of the 3 runs for the Trojans. Also has a stolen base and made a few solid plays out there at shortstop in the field. So he'll get probably few more final warm-up pitches in here. In fact, that might be his final one. I'll bring up Nowaki. So a big at-bat coming up right here as Nowaki will dig in with 2 away and a runner on first. First pitch outside for ball 1. Have to imagine Barnesville is hoping they can just get this out here quick. Head over to the bottom of the 6th and try and score another run. Nowaki is going to poke that one towards center field. Olsen running over, can't make the catch. Rounding third and heading home. East Grand Forks is going to get the lead back. 4-3 and the Green Wave on top as Carpenter heads home. And Tanner Nowaki notching yet another hit. Now 3 for 4 on the day.
First baseman Jeff Vetterkind.
I like to make a correction to my correction, actually. I had it written down as DBS Oil. DBS, probably just common sense here. That stands for Dean's Bulk Service Oil.com. Of course, Dean's Bulk Service being one of our sponsors here, so I'd like to apologize about that. It's a 4-3 ball game. The Green Wave taking the lead after an RBI from Nowaki. That pitch taken for a ball to make it 2-2. And cut on and miss, strike 3. There's a Dean's Bulk Service strikeout. First one of the day for Hagen. But it's the Green Wave taking the lead. It's 4-3 now on your Midwest Bank scoreboard as we head towards the bottom of the 6th inning. We're going to be right back with the bottom of the 6th right after this here on Magnitude Sports.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you.
Leading off the Trojans.
Big inning coming up right here as it's the bottom of the sixth. It's going to be Caleb Jablonski digging in. Got a double earlier on in this game. Ballard will be back out on the mound here for the Green Wave as he settles into his third inning of relief pitching. He's got 2 strikeouts on the game so far. 4-3 with an East Grand Forks lead as they jump back out on top after the top of the 6th inning. It was Tanner Nowacki getting an RBI double. He brought home Carpenter. That first pitch in there for a strike, 0-1 the count. That one taken for a ball, 1-1. That pitch inside. And looks like it was a little too inside as umpire saying that it got him. So Jablonski will get the inning started as he gets a HBP. He'll take his base. I'll bring up Asher O'Brien. Manager coming out to talk things over with the umpire, just maybe to get a clarification. And that conversation, a short and peaceful one, as he'll head back out to the dugout now. O'Brien settles in with a runner on first and no away. Looks like he almost showed bunt there for a second. He pulls back, and that pitch in the dirt, he'll take it for ball 1. Jablonski also looking like he thought about maybe taking off, but pulling back himself as well. They might be looking at a sack bunt, hit and run type situation right here, getting the runner over. And they'll fire the pick off, and he got him. Ballard picks off Jablonski. And just like that, that's your first out of the inning, and the bases have been cleared. Big moment right there as Ballard picks it out of his back pocket. Now he'll settle back in and face the hitter. That pitch in there for a strike, evening the count at 1-1. That one fouled back for strike 2. 1-2 count now to O'Brien. John Roller on deck for the Trojans. And a curveball got him looking, strike 3. Ballard going back to that curveball. That's his 3rd strikeout of the game. And it's 2 outs now on the bottom of the 6th.
The Trojans, right fielder, number 12, Johnny Roller.
Roller will look to keep this inning alive as the Trojans are down now to 4 outs. 1 here and 3 in the bottom of the 7th. Roller fouls that one off for strike 1 as it hits the fence over near the dugout. Pitch outside for a ball to even up the count. The 1-1 to Roller, and that one just not quite able to break into the zone in time. 2-1 the count. That pitch taken for a strike. 2-2. The 2-2. Got him swinging, strike 3. Ballard gets another strikeout. That's his 4th. No runs, no hits. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Kind of, I guess. They had a runner reach base, but got him picked off. Still 4-3, the Green Wave holding on to a 1-run lead as we head towards the 7th and final, most likely, inning of this game. 4-3 your score on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. We'll be right back with the top of the 7th right after this from the Pitchfork.
Come and get it.
Designated hitter, Carson.
Top of the 7th inning coming up. It's going to be Carson Belbus getting things started for the Green Wave. As Hagen settles back into the mound. His first pitch taken for a ball. 1-0. Belbus had an RBI double earlier on in this game, contributing to one of the 4 runs scored here by East Grand Forks. That one going to be hit over towards Jablonski, who knocks it down over to first base. That's your first out of the inning. Nice simple 4-3 ground out right there. Now to retire Belbus. Here comes Finley Lizakowski.
Right fielder, Finley Luzakowski.
Hagen's first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Lizakowski takes outside for strike 1. That'll even up the count. That one chopped foul for strike 2. That one up in the zone, getting the chase right there, as they like to say. The 1-2 from Hagen. Got him swinging, strike 3. There's a Dean's Bulk Service strikeout right there. Strikeout courtesy of dbsoil.com. That's Hagen's second strikeout as he's coming for relief. There's your second out of the inning.
Catcher, number 11, Colin Peterson.
Colin Peterson represents the potential third out here for the Trojans as he'll look to keep this inning alive for the Green Wave. Peterson swinging and missing for strike 1. That one popped up high but foul. That'll go over the dugout near the parking lot. That's an 0-2 hole for Peterson. That one just missing the zone right there, 1-2. Hagen to Peterson on a 1-2. That one fouled off. Hagen got him looking, strike 3. Paint up the backwards K right there as Carson Hagen gets his third strikeout of the game. That's another Dean's Bulk Service strikeout. Visit dbsoil.com. And we're down to the bottom of the 7th inning. Potential final 3 outs of this ball game. Barnesville still facing a 1-run deficit, but they've got a chance to make it up, tie it up, or potentially even walk off with the victory right here. Doesn't get much bigger than this, ladies and gentlemen, so don't go anywhere. We'll be bringing you the bottom of the 7th and potentially final inning of this ball game here on Magnitude Sports. We'll be right back right after this.
The Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, located at 310 Front Street South in Barnesville, open every day from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Burgers, salad, pizzas, sandwiches, they got you covered. Daily specials on all food and beverage items on the menu as well. They're located, once again, 310 South Front Street, Barnesville, 2 blocks from Barnesville Senior High School. Order online, purplegoose2go.com, or text your order to 218-321-1963.
Well, buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. These are the moments that you dream of right here if you're a player. Due up and a chance to be a hero is Jack Olson, followed by the top of the order in Carson Hagen and Peyton Pana. And their mission is simple. They've got 3 outs to try and avoid and try and get at least 1, if not 2, runners across the home plate. Back on the mound for a third, actually I believe a 4th inning of relief actually here, is going to be Chasen Ballard, who's pitched magnificently so far. Only allowed 1 run. He's got 4 strikeouts himself. Been going to that curveball a lot, and his mission is simple as well. 3 outs and come home with a victory. Olson, who scored the 3rd run for the Trojans on a passed ball, is going to dig into the batter's box to start things off. The center fielder batting 9th, and then after that, the shortstop turned pitcher Hagen and Peyton Pana, who is off at left field today. So here we go. Bottom of the 7th. First pitch in for a ball. 1-0. The scene's starting to build a little bit. You can hear that Barnesville dugout starting to get into it a little bit more as well. Chatter from the left side of the field. That pitch in for a strike to even up the count. That one grounded through the legs, and that's going to be probably ruled in error. Olson rounding first, heading to second. He falls down, firing back to first, and he's in there safely. So that one goes between the wickets for Vetterkind right there. Jack Olson's going to reach first. And it sounds like they're ruling it a hit. Jack Olson with a base hit to start things off here for the Trojans in the bottom of the 7th. That brings up the top of the order in Hagen.
Number 11, the pitcher, Carson Hagen.
Olson getting a lead at first. Have to wonder perhaps that they give him the green light here. Certainly a risky play with no outs. Olson will hold. And Hagen with the chopper down the line, and that one's foul. Would have been a tough play for the third baseman right there, and Cowlork. But the umpire putting his hands up to signify foul ball, and it's going to be an 0-1 count. Hagen will go have a quick talk with the third base coach as the catcher heads over to the mound to speak with Ballard, the pitcher. And we'll get things reset here with an 0-1 count. No outs, and Jack Olson representing the tie and run. He stands at first base. And they'll fire back to first. Check on Olson, the runner. Not much doing right there as Olson slides in back to safety. Ballard fires back again. So the speed of Olson, we saw it on display when he scored the run on the passed ball. Certainly in the back of the minds of the Green Wave right here, as he's been a looming large presence here on first base. And he'll take off for second. Firing down by Peterson, and the throw not in time. Olson is in there with a stolen base at second base. Pitch was taken for a ball, and the count is 1-1. The 1-1 to Hagen. Takes it outside for ball 2. Hagen will go with the bunt. Fire over to first, and they'll get the out, but now on third is Olson. One away, and Olson standing 90 feet away from equalizing. Here's Peyton Pana. And now if you're Chasen Ballard, it's strikeout time. You got to try and get the strikeout right here because ball put in play is going to be a tough decision to make. You have to watch the runner at third, but try and get the out as well. And if it's in the outfield, with Olson's speed, I'd have to imagine it's going to be a tie game. Big at-bat right here for Pana. He takes the first pitch outside for a ball. That pitch going to be down low, but for a strike, even up the count at 1-1. The 1-1 swung on and missed for strike 2. Bowed out in front. And you really got to imagine he's going to try and go for the swing and a miss right here. Ballard. Got him looking, strike 3. Ballard with his 5th strikeout of the game, and now Barnesville down to their final out. And all rests squarely on the shoulders of Noah Kraus. He's got to get on base here. Kraus will settle in. 2 away in the bottom of the final inning. Runner at third. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. East Grand Forks 2 strikes away from victory. That one cut on and miss, strike 2. And Barnesville down to their final strike. Ballard has it popped up but foul. And Barnesville lived to see another pitch. Kraus, who was the starting pitcher of this game today, did a great job on the mound as he got 7 strikeouts, has a stolen base and a run in this game as well. But no stat would be bigger than an RBI right here. 0-2 count, 2 away. Ballard from the stretch. Has it popped up? It's going to be playable. It's in foul territory, and Lettervet puts the squeeze, and that's the final out of the inning. And we have ourselves a final on the Midwest Bank scoreboard. 4-3 your final score. The East Grand Forks Green Wave taking a road victory over the Barnesville Trojans to the tune of 4-3. Great game all around here today at Reed Field. We had a fun one on our hands here today. We're going to take another quick break, and when we come back, we'll bring you the Midwest Bank post-game show, as well as bring you your Pitchfork Player of the Game. We'll be right back right after this quick break.
Barnesville Cenex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. And don't forget that Barnesville Cenex has the Caribou Coffee kiosk open each day as well. They're also your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Cenex. Call them 218-354-2139 or stop in to get everything you need at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Cenex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season.
Alrighty, welcome back here to Reed Field for, actually like to make a correction. Looking at my notes, I believe there is no official sponsored post-game show, but there is the Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery pregame show. I can't remember if I snuck that one in there or not, so just for good measure, I'll throw that in there now. But final score once again, 4-3, East Grand Forks taking home the victory over the Barnesville Trojans. It's time now to select your Pitchfork Player of the Game. And Pitchfork Player of the Game, it's a tough one. Really have a few different good options here for East Grand Forks. Really have to nail it down between, I think, Ballard and Owaki. Ballard, of course, with 5 strikeouts in 4 innings of relief pitching, including a nervy but ultimately clutch final inning of pitching here. But I think I'm going to have to go with Tanner Nowaki, who went 3 for 4 today with an RBI. You know, as a matter of fact, we'll make it a joint Player of the Game. Sort of like how the MLB has an MVP as well as a Cy Young. We'll give the pitching Player of the Game to Chasen Ballard with his 5 strikeouts and some great relief pitching. And the hitting Player of the Game is going to go to Tanner Nowaki, who went 3 for 4 with a big RBI that ended up being the difference in this one. Once again, final score here on the Midwest Bank scoreboard, 4-3 East Grand Forks coming home with a nervy road victory over the Barnesville Trojans. A great game once again here at Reed Field. I've seen my fair share of those here so far in the few games that I've had here, and I look forward to having a few more as well. Maybe you can nail down the sponsors correctly next time around as well. Once again, I'd like to apologize one final time for that. But regardless, this game in the books here, and we're going to wrap things up now here on Magnitude Sports. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in today from wherever you may be, and we hope to see you all again soon. Once again, one final time on the Midwest Bank scoreboard, 4-3 your final score. The East Grand Forks Green Wave coming home with the victory, 4-3 in this one. Have a great night, everyone. I hope to see you all again soon. Until next time, this is Eric Tiongson signing off on Magnitude Sports.